Want to present a strong EB2 NIW proposed endeavor? Here's one way to present a much stronger proposed endeavor. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jason and I work with several top immigration lawyers, which is where my EB1A, EB2 NIW, and O1 profile building insights come from. I also run a paid newsletter for $12 per month, through which you can get access to my newsletter resources, which includes a profile building opportunities database that lists over 400 opportunities categorized by field and criteria. You will also get access to my private group where members have been able to find opportunities shared by other members, have been able to find collaborators for profile building in general, and have also been able to find co-authors for papers and articles. As a member of my private group, you will also get access to virtual events with top immigration lawyers where you can ask your questions about EB1A, EB2 NIW, or O1. If you're interested in these resources, check out the link in the comments, and members have gotten approved for O1 and EB1A. But going back to the video, how can you strengthen your proposed endeavor for NIW? One approach to take is to think about the problem you are solving through your contributions to a field of national interest, and this is work you're doing outside of your work with your company. And then to take this approach, what would happen if your work wasn't being done? What would happen if you didn't get to do the work that you are intending to do? Would this problem get worse? And if so, what would be the consequences of this problem getting worse? I once encountered an EB2 NIW applicant who had a pretty solid understanding of how to present a strong proposed endeavor. What she did was she was able to show that she was working on a paper with a former professor within an important field, healthcare analytics, and was able to show that the absence of her work was what caused significant consequences for the US economy and for healthcare in general for the US. What she was able to show was that incomplete healthcare standards were the cause for the significant damage that epidemics had previously caused to the US economy in terms of shutdowns, in terms of overloaded hospitals, because these epidemics weren't really predicted in advance because of incomplete healthcare standards and analytics. A lot of these healthcare providers weren't able to properly prepare for these kinds of events. And had these standards been in place, the problem of overloading the US healthcare infrastructure would not have been as severe as it had been in previous epidemics. So with this kind of paper, she was then able to show that she was actually working towards alleviating the issues that came with this unsolved problem. She was then able to also show that if this work was not to be done, the same thing would happen at a much larger scale. There would be much larger epidemics resulting in far greater damages to the US economy and also the US healthcare infrastructure. So this goes to show that this approach can help really contextualize the importance of your work that you intend to do as part of your national interest proposed endeavor. If you can show that the absence of your work would create further issues down the line for the US in general at a national scale, you can then present the importance of your work in helping prevent these consequences from happening. And if these are consequences that the officer would want to avoid for the US, you'd be making a much stronger argument than just saying that I'm going to contribute, say, to the field of healthcare without actually proper context around the problem you're actually helping to solve.